Arshdeep Bains belongs with the Vancouver Canucks. In his first 2 games in his NHL career, he proved to the fans that he can play at an NHL level. Arshdeep Bains' journey to the NHL has been nothing short of an underdog story.
He officially played, right? The fourth South Asian, or fourth Punjabi to be exact, to play in the NHL. After Robin Baba being the first, Manny Malhotra, Jujar Khaira, and now Arshdeep Bains. I want to put the Punjabi culture and the race to the side. Undrafted in the Bantam League. Undrafted in the NHL.
Yeah.
That's way harder to get into the NHL that way, right? Let alone, I don't like the reason why he's elevated is to us is because he's Punjabi. I get that. The reason why he's elevated to the non-Punjabi community, when you see guys tweet all the time in the Canucks, guys like Daniel Wagner, guys like Thomas Drance, and all these guys, is because of what I just said. So to mix those two in together, it's the ultimate underdog story.
For sure.
And after that game, yes, maybe advanced numbers I heard weren't the greatest because he was -2 as well. Advanced number wise, he in general he may have not been blown the socks out of the water on like how some rookies do in a rookie game in their first game at times.
But he was undrafted.
and Tocchet said he was okay, I believe, after the game. But he also played him more than the fourth line guys who have been NHL driven this time.
Here's the thing, bro. This story, the way he's been on, is nothing new to him.
Yeah,
right? It's
exactly.
nothing new to him.
He went from
even if he played really bad,
like
it's nothing new to him because that's what he's been doing his whole entire life.
he
Undrafted, like people don't believe in you when you don't get drafted.
undrafted from the Bantam League to leading scorer in Red Deer. Undrafted from the NHL to All-Star MVP
In the AHL.
in the AHL, and now he made his NHL debut. Now, if that's the case, hopefully it's Stanley Cup Final MVP, but obviously we know that's a little too far-fetched.
But the thing is this. Nobody believed in them as a team, right?
Earlier on, yeah.
Nobody did. And he proved them wrong every single way. And I'm assuming he had many bad games in his career.
Yeah.
I'm assuming he did, and he's still here, right? And that's the most incredible part,
Yeah.
right? Like we're seeing this guy. Yes, we're taking the Punjabi side to it. No matter who it is, we're seeing this guy get tested again and again and again. If you're like, it's crazy to think that undrafted in the Bantam League.
Yeah.
Like, how often does that happen? People who get first rounded in the Bantam League barely even make it,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
Undrafted in the Bantam, like that in itself is so impressive, right? And then obviously when you throw in the Punjabi side to it, is even more impressive because he's the fourth person to ever do it.
Yeah, so the Punjabi side, obviously, he's going to definitely be a role model to many young kids, not just from Surrey, BC, but all over the world, right? Wherever you are, especially Canada. I do want to say this, in terms of the race, I know people can say that, oh, this could be a publicity stunt or HR move by the Canucks. I highly doubt that, because Rick Tocchett's your coach, and Jim Rutherford and Patrick Alvino are your front office guys. They said time and time again that they were going to only bring up people when they're ready. And he's proven that he's ready. Because there's no business of him coming up after being if he was a non-all-star in the AHL, fine, I get that point. But he was an all-star and then the all-star MVP in the AHL level, right? So he deserved an opportunity. But listen, once Joshua gets healthy, I know many people said that he belongs. And I'm not saying, again, not Punjabi community because that's a little bit biased. I'm talking about guys like Jason Bruff. I'm talking about guys like Jamie Dodd. All these guys in Sportsnet 650 Canucks, because that's the home of the Canucks here in Vancouver, have said he belongs, right? In fact, they're saying Mikheyev should get dropped. A guy who's been in the NHL for how long now? Right?
Yeah,
he looked in place. He played hard. He knows what to do. He's playing his role, right? He's not
doing what he's supposed to do.
He's not doing what he's not aspiring what he was. Because yes, he ain't gonna be that guy from Red Deer, right? Like leading scorer.
Yeah.
You have Pedersen, Hughes, Besser, Miller for that essentially, right? He's doing exactly what he's being told. He's proven, improved his skating. Chris Faber, the biggest fan of his since AHL. And like I said, on top of that, the story, right, of what he did, you know the guy's gonna work. There's no business of him being an AHL MVP if he isn't gonna work, to your point earlier,
When
right?
he was undrafted.
Exactly. So
The thing is this, right? The goal of every athlete, right? I'm just gonna say it, first career game is not like, yes, obviously you want the first goal, you want the first touchdown, you want the first bucket, right? The goal is to fit in, to show us that you belong.
Once you make it,
Yeah,
it's tough to stay there.
I know it's tough.
You can't take it for granted
For sure, but it's not even that. Like the goal is
to stay there.
no. The goal is, I'm talking about the first game in general. Just look at the
yeah.
first game to show us you belong.
Yeah.
Arshdeep Bains showed us he could play at an NHL level.
Yeah.
That's the final takeaway.
And listen,
everyone has taken from
I
the game.
wouldn't mind him going down if he's meant to stay in the press box because of a guy like Dakota Joshua. In that case, go down, just kill it in the AHL. Because next year, I'm not saying you're going to be Niels Höglander, but you might have a roster spot from day one. You could be that new Alex Burrows.
And honestly, it's hard to impress Rick Tocchet. If Rick Tocchet says you had an okay game for your first ever game,
He said he wanted to call him up and give him an opportunity.
No, it's not even that. If Rick Tocchet said you played okay, and that's your first ever NHL game, you did good. Because it's hard to impress Rick Tocchet.
Especially after coming off a loss, he's going to be a little bit bitter. But yeah, no, to that point, like I said, I'm not saying he's going to be Alex Burrows, but he has the potential of being the next Alex Burrows or Yannick Hansen, right?
Can be.
Guys that killed it. And like I said, that's for the game side of things. And hopefully, eventually, if he does make the squad for the playoffs, let's see. But like I said, I have no problem with him going down as long as it means he's playing. I don't want him up here just for the press box. But last thing to close this out on Arshdeep Bains, once again, I want to say this. The Punjabi talent is great. I'm going to reiterate it every time. We said it last episode. We're going to say it again. Because here's the thing. The Punjabi community as a whole is like a family. And I'm going to prove to you why. For us, it's easy to support Jeevan because he's literally our first cousin.
Yeah.
Right? So for us, it's easy to see when eventually, if he ever makes a Whitecaps first team debut, we're obviously going to be there. We're right there. We are already on him for signing his first professional contract, currently with the U20s, which starts Friday, by the way. So you guys could tune into that during the midday on CONCACAF's website, and etc. Arshdeep Bains isn't related to us. That we know of, at least. But because you know how the
long lost brother.
No, like you know how like they say every Punjabi's related one way or another.
Yeah.
But okay, immediate family wise, he's not, right? I'm sure first of all his dad was ecstatic over there, right? Thatcher Demko said Thatcher Demko's dad tweeted that he loved being part of that, and you know, because he reminded of him when Demko made his debut and all that as well. But the thing I'm saying here is his family, obviously immediate family, friends, etc., are all going to be ecstatic. Our family group chat was talking like he was in the group chat.
Yeah, exactly.
Social media, non-hockey fans were putting stuff about him on their Instagram stories, right? So no matter what happens, we're going to always be proud. I'm always been that guy, and I'm glad to see many other people are like that, where they're going to support the Punjabi community, because we always hear the negatives. It's so good. It's so happy. I'm so to see a positive story in the headlines.
For sure.
Everywhere in Canada. It's not a Surrey story. It's not a Canada story. It's not just a North America story.
This is a legit story.
It's a worldwide story, in my opinion.
It's an NHL story, right?
Yeah.
Like
NHL story, not just South Asian.
Yeah.
NHL story because of what he did to get to this stage.
He did too, as well, right? It's a proper NHL story. TSN's or Sportsnet, they're playing highlights. They're gonna mention Arshdeep Bains played his first career NHL game. Huh?
We hope they would.
They did. I watched them.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about TSN Sportsnet.
That's what I'm saying. TSN.
Yeah.
I'm saying I hope.
But but I'm just saying, like, they shown highlights. There's the special segment, 5 seconds of him saying this man has played his first career NHL game,
and this is what he had to go through.
And this is what he had to go through. Exactly.
Yeah. So once again, congratulations not just to Arshdeep, to the whole Bains family. Well deserved.